Milan? Just kidding, yeah, Milan. Yeah, Milano, I see. I think of Milano as those little cookies. You have Milano, which I guess is probably cheesy. But yeah, I'm glad it worked out this time to where we were in town. I have a feeling that we'll be doing that more often.
Thing is, apparently, I need to ask you a serious question.
You get some more of this?
No, it was lovely when you did the song on Jason's Christmas album, and I was asking both of you, is there any likelihood that Jason might make an appearance in the Supernatural episode?
That would be awesome.
I mean, you know, if there's a spare Winchester part lying around somewhere. No, I've made the joke before. Someone's asked me, and I said, obviously. They said, who would you want to be? I said, obviously, you want to be a Winchester. Of course.
Obviously.
Realistically, cop number 2 that gets killed by a chupacabra in the first 5 minutes, I'll take it. I'm in.
I think we have an idea for our next season. I think the episode writes itself. The hilarity ensues. Yeah, I'd love that. We'd love that, obviously. So we have to try and get him up there to do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Man, can I just say, some of the best questions I've ever heard in a panel so far. Really, just unbelievable.
Yes.
Hi. First of all, thank you for being so awesome, guys. I had
It's
a great
3 for
weekend.
3, man.
My question is for Jason. I have a meet and greet with you, Jared. Because I have a meet and greet with you, Jared, and I have lots of questions for you. So Jason, I know you're an old friend of Jensen. And
She called you old.
I caught that.
just
It
bring it
hurt
back
a
to
little.
me.
I was gonna let it keep, but thank you for.
sorry.
I've known him for 72 years.
That's like 6 years. I'm 28, so yeah. Sorry. No, my question is, you've known Jensen for a long time. And when did you first meet Jared, and what was your first impression of him?
Yeah, what?
He's right there. No, actually, I had crossed paths with Jared a couple times. He did a movie with another buddy of mine, but I hadn't really met him and hung out with him. And I was briefed, actually, prior to meeting Jared. I was briefed by Jensen.
What, pray tell me?
So I remember when he booked the show, and he was, kind of talking about, and I remember he actually came in. He was like, "Man, I got it. This might be the one that changes everything." I remember he had that feeling, when he got the pilot.
We all did.
Yeah. And he was like, "Man, I got to tell you, it's tough for me to say. The guy I'm doing it with is a badass. He's taller than me. He's really smart, and he's really cool." And so that was my initial briefing on Jared. And then I met him, and he pretty much lived up to the hype, I guess.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
That I think on my behalf also was a genuine surprise. And another actor, I was watching an interview or something, and they were like, "Oh, are you still friends with blah 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 from blah 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 that you did 20 years ago?" And they're like, "Yeah, I mean we're acquaintances. I like them a lot, but you meet so many people. There seem to be a precious few, relatively, that you really mesh with, would spend off time with. Not because you don't enjoy other people. I worked for 5 years before this. I met a lot of people that I thoroughly enjoyed. That if they were around, hey, it's great to see you. People ask me about Gilmore Girls, the Gilmore Girls cast, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm not on bad terms with any of them, but I don't we spent the holidays together, so when I see anybody from Gilmore Girls, it's, "Hey, how's it going? Good for you, blah, 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 what about blah, blah," and it's awesome, but I I had the feeling from when I met Jensen and Jason and that it was going to be a friendship more than just an acquaintanceship. New word. Yeah, thank you.